Good morning. It is Monday. I am Tim, and you are watching Tea with Tim. Where's your leadership at today? Here we go. All right, welcome. It is Monday morning. I got my Emma's mug today. Emma hanging out with me, drinking some tea this morning. Glad you decided to join me. And really excited. Hello, Megan, Jenna, Trevor. It's nice to see everybody. Let me just get to my screen so I can see who's checking us out this morning. All right. So one of the reasons that I started doing these daily kind of leadership shot in the arms, I like to call it, is it helps me think about the principles, the leadership principles that I'm talking about. I was in a meeting last week, and I was reminded of the good, fast, cheap triangle in the meeting, and I had just done a video on that morning. So it really kept it fresh in my brain, and I hope that this keeps it fresh in your brain as well. So I thought of maybe one suggestion that you could take with you to maybe help this a little bit more, and that is, what if you could maybe over lunch with some of the people in your office where you work over a break, you could watch the video at any time. You can go to either pluggedintoleadership.com. They're posted there. You can just check out my wall on Facebook. The videos remain up. And you could just watch the video over a lunch break with one or two people and then just discuss the topic. It would be great for you to help spur on this conversation a little bit. And then if you have any questions or you want to tell me about the discussion, I would love to hear it. So let me know how the conversation went. Including others in your growth and helping them grow as well is one of the best ways to skyrocket your growth. So let's remember that. As a leadership coach, I talk a lot about with my clients how to navigate tough conversations with others. Think about this. Mistakes in hospitals is one of the leading causes of death in America. How many of those deaths could have been avoided if someone was willing to speak up, if a nurse was willing to say something to a physician or a surgeon? And it doesn't mean just speak louder. When I mean speak up, I mean they could do it in a way that a surgeon could hear and be moved to action. And okay, so I know that you doubt. I know that you doubt. But the authors of this book, Crucial Conversations, they followed some nurses around that were really just amazing at this. They were amazing at navigating these conversations, and it truly was a lifesaver. And the good news is that you and I can master these conversations as well. This was one of the first books that I read when I employed a coach, when I employed a leadership coach. This was one of the first things that we went through, and I am continually trying to work on and get better at this. So because it's something that I feel like I want to continue to improve on, it was one of the things that I wanted to make sure I talked about during these times. And so for me, this is a learning experience for me. I'm not perfect at these. I try to understand the concepts and apply them to what's going on in my life. And so this is just a great chance for us to kind of learn and grow and push each other together. So right now I'm wearing this really old, crappy t-shirt. My wife's probably really upset with me. And I'm sure that you have one of these t-shirts too. And they are so comfortable, no matter how many holes they have in them, no matter how much we shouldn't be wearing them out in public, but they're great to wear around the house, and they're so comfortable. Does anybody have one of these t-shirts? Comment in the section below there. Does anyone have a t-shirt that's just, you probably shouldn't be wearing it out ever, but it's just so comfortable? Yeah, I'm sure we all do. So when we get into a conversation with high emotions, high stakes, and differing opinions, the conversation becomes crucial. And we tend to revert to forms of communication that are comfortable to us, like an old t-shirt. We revert back to the old t-shirt thing. We debate, we go silent, we storm out, and so on. The first step to mastering these conversations, according to the book Crucial Conversations, is to start with heart. Yeah, Megan, high five. To start with heart. This means that we have to stop thinking that other people are the source of our problems and begin by looking at ourselves. The best way to work on this is to start with, the best way to work on us is to start with me. The best way to work on us is to start with me. And we do this by looking at our motives going into a conversation. Do we want to win the conversation? I'm guilty of this often. Or do we want to find a solution that works for both people in the conversation or the group of people that are in the conversation? Are we willing in that moment to wade into the gooiness of relationships and start with ourselves? If we think that we're getting into a conversation with high emotions, high stakes, and differing opinions, we want to stop and answer these 3 questions, okay? What do I really want for myself? What do I really want for others? And what do I really want for the relationship? Okay, the answer to those 3 questions will make sure that our actions line up with the answer to those 3 questions. See, when there's inconsistency between the answers of those questions and how we're acting, the conversation is doomed from the beginning. So the first step in part 1, we're talking about how to navigate these conversations and to start with heart. We're going to continue on this series for the rest of the week. I set out a challenge earlier in this video to watch it with a friend over lunch and discuss the topic about how you can start with heart and maybe what some of your answers to those questions would be depending on the conversation and how you can navigate those conversations better. Last week, Christy Walker won our Leadership Resource Giveaway. Congratulations to Christy. And the way that she won that is that she shared this video on social media. And when you share this video on social media, you will be entered into a drawing. And at the end of the week on Friday, I will pick the names from a hat, everyone that shared the video, and I will send the winner a leadership resource. So we're going to be doing that again. Let's shoot for 50 shares this week. 50 shares. I think we can hit that goal. I am so excited about you and your leadership and how you can take your leadership to the next level and help you get more out of yourself and more out of your team. Thank you so much for tuning in. Glad that you joined me this morning. I will see you again tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Tea with Tim. Can't wait.